Hi, my name is Lesedia. I just finished first year and I'm studying media and journalism.
Can you tell us your hometown,
I was born and raised in Pretoria, South Africa.
which would make you an international student?
Yes, I am international.
Okay. Could you tell us about your Instagram and YouTube?
So my Instagram is my name, Lesedia and I just post like random things. I'm also post on my stories, just like sort of activism and stuff like that. And my YouTube is more university based or just random things I'm doing. And it's also
Okay. Could you remind us of the current course you're taking?
media and journalism.
Why did you choose your course?
I really liked documentaries. Like, I'm not gonna lie and say I watched the news and that's a really good because I didn't. But like Al Jazeera documentaries, even Netflix documentaries really interested me. So I want to do something like that later on.
You've just finished your first year of your course.
Yes.
What have you thought of your course so far?
It's I was surprised at how much I enjoyed it more because it's a lot of practical work with the media part of it, and the journalism is more theory. So it's half half, and I really enjoy practical work. Like, we do camera workshops all the time, editing workshops, and with journalism, it's more like pushing out stories as opposed to just studying theories. So I really enjoy it.
You said you come from South Africa, meaning you took your for English students A-level slash subjects for university in South Africa.
Yes.
How did your grades and subjects you took in South Africa relate to your UK course?
Okay, so I took in South Africa, there's 6 subjects that we have to take. 3 are compulsory and then 3 are choice subjects. So the compulsory ones are English, first additional language, which mine was Afrikaans, and then another compulsory subject, which is life orientation, and it prepares you for like life. And then my choice subjects were history, physical science, and biology, which have nothing to do with my course. But I'd say that what really helped with my course is English and history. That was like really relevant.
What do you think the best subjects in South Africa are for your course?
English, history, and maybe drama or like biology. Things that you'd write essays for would help you a lot, I'd say.
Okay. Can you remind us of the current university you're studying at?
I'm at Northumbria University in Newcastle.
What are the best and worst things about studying at that university? Starting off with the worst.
Okay, the worst I'd say is maybe like Freshers Week and the Students' Union. If you're into that type of thing, it's not like they don't put as much effort into it as other universities around, really. Not to say that it's bad, it's just like
In comparison.
okay, yeah.
Anything else bad, or is that pretty much?
No, I'd say that's it, just the Students' Union.
Okay. And the best things about studying at that university?
The practical work and the how free the timetable is. So I always had Fridays off, and every other Monday I had off. So they give you a lot of free time to like study and stuff like that. The library is great as well, and yeah, just the practical work.
Could you tell us where you lived in your first year?
The first year I lived on campus at Claude Gibb Hall.
And what did you think about it?
I thought it was worth the money. It was £74 a week and it was catered. It wasn't the best. I wouldn't go there again, but it was worth the money and it was a good experience to have in first year. So
Why wouldn't you go there again?
it was in my hall that I was staying in. There were 12 people, I think.
How
So
many kitchens?
just one kitchen
For
and
12 people.
yes, and 3 bathrooms. 3 bathrooms, yeah. But there was only one kitchen because it was catered. So
Oh, okay.
yeah. But yeah, I think there were too many people in the one hall, like every dorm.
Mm.
And then the food was good though. I really liked the food.
Can you tell us what you think the best accommodation is then?
There's an accommodation called Liberty Key. I think it's called Key Point now, and it's a 10-minute walk from the university. It's very close, and it's gated as well, so the security is good, and there's less people, and it's really nice. It's not even that expensive either. I think it's like £100 a week.
If we go into the area, could you tell us about the nightlife?
Oh, okay. This is the best part. And in Newcastle, it's really fun. I'd say the nightlife is probably the best. I've only been to Manchester on a night out, but I'd say this is better, 100%. There's something going on every day. So every day is a good night out, except for maybe Saturday, because then there's older people there. But I really enjoy the nightlife.
Could you tell us about, comparing to South Africa, what are the shops and food varieties like? Is it the same as South Africa? Is it a mix? Can you get the foods obviously you got in South Africa in the UK, or have you got to adapt to a new kind of culture?
Oh yeah, there's a bit of a culture shock, but it's not too bad. I'd say a mix of South African food and like here. There are a few things that I can't get here, but that's like usually like spices, stuff like that, like meat. Also fish here, not that much of a choice. But I'd say the biggest thing is the price of food from here compared to there. I'd say here it's almost double the amount. So that's a bit of a shock.
Okay. Okay, so if you were to give advice to South African students wanting to study in the UK, what general advice would you give them?
I'd say don't stress too much because the education system is the same. And I'd say just be yourself, I guess. That's very cliche, but you'll be fine is what I'm saying. And look for a job as soon as you get here and budget wisely, I'd say. Other than that, you'll be fine. Sorry.
Say that again, sorry?
Other than that, you'll be fine.
What advice would you give to South African students about to study at your university?
Go to every single event that there is in first year. And if you do that, then everything later will be easier. And familiarize yourself with almost everything in the university as soon as you can. Well, not as soon as you can, just in the first year.
Finally, what advice would you give to South African students wanting to study your course?
I would say that's a good choice, firstly. And then I'd say just build a portfolio while you're in school, like even if it's just stuff you write in your spare time or like movies that you make, stuff like that. Even if it's not good or even if it's like from when you're younger, just do that and then you'll build experience on that.
Okay. You chose studying in the UK versus studying in South Africa. What path did you make this choice?
Firstly, it was because at my previous university there was no journalism, and I wanted to do that. So I initially planned on studying a general Bachelor of Arts and then doing postgrad in journalism. But then I wasn't enjoying it at all, so I came here. And also, having an international qualification is more employable if I were to go back home to work. And I think the unemployment rate in South Africa is like 30%. So it'd be better for me to get a job with an international qualification.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could you tell us what it was like studying, coming to study in the UK? What advice would you give to South African students who have never ever heard about the UK, never ever thought about studying in the UK, or things to prepare them, kind of? I know you gave the advice previously, but this is just living in the UK.
Living here, okay. This is very like random, but the roads are very confusing. We drive on the same side, but there's zero street signs, and the roads are just very confusing. There's a self checkout here, which we don't have.
Oh, what? Sorry.
Self checkout in like
Self.
shop.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Self
grocery.
do it by yourself.
Yes. And it's much safer here, which is good. So you'll be fine. You can walk alone at night and you'll be relatively good. And I don't know, everything is, you can walk everywhere, I'd say, which is good. You're exercising more.
Could you tell us more about your Instagram and YouTube? Where did you start? What kind of videos do you do? What can we expect? Where can we find you?
Okay, so my Instagram, I'd say it's like a normal Instagram. I just started when I was like 13 because I wanted to post pictures. So it's just like more of a personal account. But my YouTube, I started straight after I dropped out of my South African university, the University of Pretoria. And that was more of like me saying what I'm doing, because there was a time period between me dropping out and me starting university in September. So that was more so of like what I was doing between that, and now it's more of what I'm just keeping my family and friends in South Africa in the loop of what I'm doing now. I didn't really have like a brand to it, but now like I'm seeing it's mostly just university videos. So yeah, that's basically it.
At this point, I let students have what I like to call a free-for-all. You can say what you want about what you want. You can give advice, you can say thank you, you can give tips, you could do literally anything you want to say. The floor is yours.
I don't really have anything to say. I feel like you've said it all, or like I've said it all. But yeah, just good luck to anyone studying or planning to study. You'll be fine. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'm plugged in.
Amazing. Thank you.